Every time I crack open the game, I always warm up. You gotta warm up the didge, otherwise you'll pull a didge. I'm in the game! Oh, the graphics are so good. Whoa!
What's up everybody, my name is Dwight and welcome back to GeForce Garage. As many of you know, we at NVIDIA are located in Silicon Valley. So when we had the opportunity to work with the CEO of Pied Piper himself, we jumped at the chance. Thomas Middleditch is an actor who you've probably seen as the Verizon spokesperson or as the lead character of the hit HBO show Silicon Valley. What many of you don't know is that he's a real PC gamer, but rather than us explain it, let's hear it from him.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Thomas Middleditch. Welcome to my home. I've been a PC gamer for quite some time. Started on the old Amiga, souped up Commodore 64, then finally got a PC computer with a CD-ROM drive, and cut my teeth in the old LAN parties of days of yore. What I'm playing now is Divinity Original Sin 2, and I'm still a flight sim guy, so DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, is pretty great, and also the IL-2 series as well. I'm not gonna lie, I stayed current in my old rig. However, it's always been a battle I find in gaming computers is aesthetics. You know, a lot of stuff looks really intense. And I want something that looks like it's designed for a 35-year-old man. So I wanted something that looks like furniture, and I think I got it. So come with me, follow me into the wonderful world of computers.
Before we go into the details of this rig, let's talk about the process it took us to get here. When we first talked to Thomas about the theme of his PC, he talked about his passion for flying as he recently got his pilot's license. In addition, he said he would love to have something that looked like it came straight out of West Elm or Restoration Hardware, while mentioning his appreciation for mid-century modern style furniture. This made us think of reaching out to none other than Jeffrey Stevenson, who's completed a few builds in this style. So we've had a couple of designs that we worked back and forth, so can you tell me about how you came up with the final design?
What I was told was Thomas wanted something the size of a 2-drawer file cabinet to match his new desk in his office. And he also wanted it to be able to store his flight sticks. So I saw a 2-drawer file cabinet where one drawer was the computer and the other drawer was a storage unit. And then I realized that 2-drawer file cabinet was unbelievably ugly. So what I did was actually integrate the two together so the two spaces merge.
So why did you settle on the Lee & Lee PC07?
I decided on a Lee & Lee case because it was designed specifically to hang on a wall, which had a lot of the characteristics that I wanted in the case, that it would be thin and not be projecting out. So once I got the case in hand, then I just started to model the wood box around it.
Yeah. I know a lot of people would think that a cabinet, door closed, ventilation is probably an issue.
Well, even though it's a wall-hanging PC, they still have an option for a 140mm fan in the back. And it's water-cooled too, so there's really no issue with that kind of thing.
Yeah, I noticed that you have ventilation on two of the sides, and on the top is where the radiator's at, pushing hot air up and out. So can you tell me a little bit more about the finer details of the case, the mesh that you use, the hinges, the aviation style metal?
Oh yeah, I really wanted to use the best of the best for this project. And so I found these hinges from Austria that are 170 degree. And I already knew what the best mesh there was out there. I'd already worked with this company in previous projects. And what I really wanted to use was the hairpin legs that are on it. It's just something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and since this was a mid-century modern design, it gave me an opportunity to do that.
And what about the aviation style that's in the front?
You know, I was informed that there was to be also besides mid-century modern, an aviation theme on top of it. So I immediately thought of aircraft rivets, especially ones that are old vintage aircraft. They're not really riveted in. They're all drilled and super glued into place.
Okay, all right. So I noticed you have some actually really cool looking handles on the front of the door too.
Yeah, I went with these, even though they might look like something you could get from Home Depot. If you look closely at them, you'll see that there's some real fine knurling. And what that does is creates a nice texture for when you're gripping the handles.
So was there any challenges with building this?
Well, the scale was way beyond anything that I'd done before. I work mainly at mini ITX builds, and they're significantly smaller.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the PC. What are the actual specs of it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't actually build the PC part because I have little experience in water cooler. So I brought on Lee Harrington from PC Junkie Mods to help me out with the PC part of this project.
Do you know the actual specs of the PC?
Aside from the Lee & Lee case, we have an Asus X299 motherboard, an i9-7900X CPU, 32 gigabytes of Corsair RAM, and of course, 2 GTX 1080 Ti's.
Well, it looks great. Let's take this to Thomas's house and see what he thinks.
Ooh, you've been peeing yourself. Yes. Okay. Well, I've just been sitting here on my staircase waiting for the computer to be set up, and I'm wet with anticipation.
Hey Thomas, we're ready for you.
Egads, to the computertorium! Whee! Look at it. Oh. Let me take a look in here. Look at that, all the liquid cooling. Yeah, substantial. I like it. I guess I'm looking forward to just, pushing it to the max, cranking up all the settings. I mean, that's kind of the best part about being a PC. Run everything at full power. It's great. You can close it up and have it just be this unassuming cabinet, and then open it up and it's this baller piece of hardware in there. If I had a hat, I'd tip it.
Well, Thomas, I hope you enjoy your new PC. It's definitely one of a kind. I highly recommend all of you to check out Silicon Valley. Season 5 premieres on March 25th. Also, thank you to Intel, Corsair, and Logitech G for sponsoring some of the hardware for this rig. And if you guys enjoyed this type of video, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and we'll see you for the next one.